So, last night, I went to bed very optimistic. And I noticed that whole day I didn't smoke or anything. And I say that because, you smoke, you get a little more, whatever. A little more happier because your nervous system is more calm, etc. But last night, I just really feel like it sunk in my mind that we really do have the upper hand. We have the leverage because the energy that creates everything outside of us actually lives within us. And let's let this go by. Hold on. Why does that make so much noise? It's so annoying. And it's so little. Anyway. But yeah. Because it's internal, it means that anything outside of you or any I had to learn that even your old way of thinking is an old manifestation itself. Because when you focus on something, it automatically conjures the correct thoughts, the correct ideas, the correct internal dialogue. So when I peep that I'm focusing on something new, or let me rephrase that. When I'm focusing on something new, I peep that in the very beginning, the old way of thinking is there, so strong. And it's not until you want something else that you realize that you were in a mindset that didn't serve you. And you know how I know? Because of what's manifesting. I'm in something because what's showing up is not ideal for me. This is not normal for me. This is not something that I'm used to having to deal with. So anytime I recognize it, I just continue to focus on my presence. Instead, and it's uncomfortable, y'all. I know a lot of people make these videos about, all you have to do is robotically affirm, or all you have to do is so and so and so. Yeah, it's true. It's all you have to do. But when you were in a way of thinking for so long, you've made it a habit, and it was an unconscious habit, especially when it's an unconscious habit. Like for many of you, you don't know that you are a deliberate creator, or if you don't know that you're a deliberate creator yet, when you start this shit, you're going to see how it's so easy for you to react to stuff that doesn't matter. It's so easy for you to respond to things in a negative way. You're going to peep the mentality that you have, but you only know it when you're trying to choose to be better. And that's the key. Your choices. Life is about a bunch of damn choices. You're either going to choose to create better thinking within yourself so that you can reflect a better lifestyle, or you're not. And it's just that simple. It's one or the other. And being dual-minded, meaning you're trying to live in both, that just makes life stagnant, going nowhere fast. The sooner you can make thinking the way that the you who has everything you want thinks, and make that natural, the faster this show can go along. That's just how it works. I think about speed all the time because I wanted to know, how do you manifest faster? Like, it's people who got shit to do. It's people that shit, me personally. And people all around the world. Like, I need my shit now. And I get it. So I wanted to make more videos, but it wasn't until I told myself I'm not going to make videos or put anything out there until I fully understand what I'm trying to understand. But maybe I just need to express it, and then we can learn as we go, because that's the only thing that's going to make it make sense. I say all of that because I I know I can teach this shit. I just need to be present and in a state of flow so that I can really just take my time with it. This is my art, it's my craft. To live is an art. Because when you're deliberate, you can do it intentionally, and it's so much more fun that way. It gets to a point where you just get it. Like right now, let me tell you what I mean when I say I just get it. Right now, I'm trying to let me clear myself. And see, I'm so intentional. You don't have to be like this. This is just something that I've created. This is who I am. I can't help it. I'm not going to, I care about how I feel. I care about the things that come off my tongue, because there's power in the tongue. So I was going to say I'm trying to make something happen. No, I'm not. I am shifting into something that already exists. And it just so happens to be something that I would prefer, that I want. That's the better explanation for it. And I have to be particular with my words, because I could have carried on and just said it like that. But I need you all to be clear that that's not what I'm doing. So I have to be sure about what I'm saying. It's very important. But yeah, in my reality, from my perspective, all things exist. Meaning, there's a me exactly the way that I am, just like this. She's not healed. She's not meditating. She's not doing a whole bunch of hoopla. She don't do any of the things that I do, but has exactly what I want. And I say that because you're going to see a lot of videos that say, oh, you have to heal first in order to deserve what you want. You have to do all of these things. But I'm telling you that those are just restrictions that you are adding to an unrestricted world. We live in a place that is abundant limitlessly. It's an unlimited space of abundance. There's an abundance of what you call bad, and there's an abundance of what you call good. All of it, however, is based on your perspective. What's bad for somebody else may not be bad to me. What's good to somebody else may not be good to me. Which is why I love perspectives. Because you get to really understand somebody's life and why they live the way that they live, especially when you know what I know, that it all comes from within. You get to see why certain things even happen to them because you understand the way that they think. You've heard them complain about this and you watched it manifest right before your eyes because you know that that's how it works. You try to tell them, you try to assist, but they haven't practiced it as long, so they don't believe that it comes from within them like that. They're still looking for, there's got to be something out here that's better than this. And I'm here to tell you right now, there's fucking not. You're never going to find it. If you don't go within, you'll never see it. You'll never witness it being so. You have to do this shit to understand what I'm telling you. I am a deliberate creator. When there is something that I prefer, I imagine it. I imagine it because I am under the impression, based on experience, my personal experience, things that I've witnessed, gone through, seen happen for me. When I imagine within my mind on a consistent basis, it is me utilizing the power of Jesus. Reverend Ike teaches this, y'all. Neville Goddard teaches this, y'all. I'm not pulling this out my ass. When you imagine you are using the power of Jesus, even in the Bible, it says you cannot reach the Father until you go through him. Something of that nature. Y'all know what I'm talking about, my Christian folks. Come on. You have to go through who to get to the Father? Find it. It's in there somewhere. I know that. I may not know it, but I know it's in there. Wouldn't that make sense? Think about how your mind works. If Jesus is your imagination and the Father is the awareness, because in order to be aware of what you're imagining, You have to have awareness. That awareness, you all, is the Father, the Lord. And I can end the video right there. That solves all your problems. Stop imagining bullshit. When you worry, it is a misuse of your imagination. To worry is to misuse your imagination. Let's let the plane go by. But yeah, I want to go over that again. I wish it wasn't so noisy as fuck out here. Like, damn, I should have been in the country right now. Sidebar, I used to work in this place called Louisville, Georgia, and it was so damn quiet there. They didn't have all of this hustle and shit going on. Like, it's always people out here. It's always noise. And I'm a meditator, so when you get used to that, the yumminess that's within silence, this shit is, ugh. But I'm glad I said that. You see how I was just complaining about that? Your thoughts and your words, where do they come from, y'all? They come from your head. And I'm here to tell you that imagination, the definition of it for me is anything that you can do internally. You think internally. Even if you speak out loud, the words come from you internally. So if it can come from your mind in any shape or form, that is my definition of imagination. That's why when you're telling your friend about how you ain't got shit, or it's always something, money don't grow on trees, when you constantly, that's what you always talking about. You always talking about how this keeps happening to you and this keeps hurting and people ain't shit, and like the women versus men shit in our black community right now, which is so damn crazy to me. It's hilarious. I'm on the outside looking in because y'all need each other, but that's a whole nother video. Whew. But yeah, like, that is imagining from my perspective, from my experience. That's why it's so important to be mindful of what you say, to be positive, to say good things to yourself, because when you do, you flourish. I did an experiment one time with 2 plants for my son's science project. One of the plants, we just left it alone, and the other one, we talked to it. I kid you not, the one that we talked to grew a lot taller than the one that we didn't, that we just ignored. Because that's how it works. This is an energy thing. It is a focus thing. It's an attention thing. And you don't have to be, the thing about the law of assumption is you don't have to be happy-go-lucky about this shit. Because I first learned this through law of attraction, and I'm so glad that I know what I know because I get to tell it to you straight. Just assume. You don't know how it's going to feel to have $1 million. They say, oh, you got to feel like you're rich in order. I've never been rich. I don't know what that feels like. You get what I'm saying? So with the law of assumption, you just assume it. And how do you assume? You imagine it. You persist in it. When it comes up, you imagine the scene, the end scene, not how to get there, the what happens after I've already gotten there. What would you be doing right after? A year later, 10 years later, what would you be doing? Be imaginative. Play with it. It doesn't matter. Choose a scene. If you like it, loop it. It don't have to be more than 2 seconds, to be honest. And every time it come up, pull it up. Because I say that because your mind is going to challenge you. It's going to bring back the old man, the old self. Choose it every time. This is a battle in a sense, but it's between you and you. However, the good thing about it is you have God, your awareness. Be still and know that I am God. That's in there too. Hey, Christian. I'm with you. I was raised Christian. My grandma and my grandpa, they were Christian. But we were Reverend Ike Christians. And if you know, you know. And I never knew that I had to become adult because unfortunately my grandparents passed away before I could really talk to them about religion. And then I found it anyway. They're not even here and they pointed me in the right direction. This is how it goes. My mom for the longest time was trying to remember the name of this reverend that she used to love listening to when she grew up. My grandparents. And it wasn't until 2020, y'all, or 2021, I believe, that I found Reverend Ike. But prior to that, 2017, 18, I found Abraham Hicks first. And that catapulted me to Reverend Ike years later. And when I showed it to my mom, she almost passed out. She said, "That's the Reverend. That's who I've been trying to tell you about all these years. That's him." Shout out to my grandparents. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, it's internal. What you focus on is your imagination. Whatever you're thinking about, rather, is an imagining act. Whatever you're speaking, those words come from in you, so that's imagining. Whatever you visualize internally, that's imagining. Where's your brain going constantly? Where is it dominantly going? Focus on that because that's important. Are you always worrying, doubting, fearing? Pick another scene. And the only way you're going to know is when you try to choose something, but you're going to say, "God damn, these shit's coming up a lot. I'm imagining a lot." But don't worry, keep persistent. Hey, but yeah, keep persistent because I'm telling you put your focus on your preference instead through a simple visual act. Don't care. Listen, I don't want you to worry about it being blurry. None of that. If you know what that shit is that you're looking at in your mind, then so does God. You ain't smarter than God. God know what you're trying to do in your mind. He knew it before you even tried to do it, and is excited that you're doing it because this is where the shit gets good. And God knows that because God is your awareness. Jesus is your imagination, and you are the man. And together, you all are a reflection of I am. The Holy Trinity is that man, Jesus, awareness, the Father. It's you. It's you, y'all. I promise it's you. I'm going to end the video because I don't think I got that much storage space, and I hope it's still recording because I have it face down. I have no idea. But yeah, any questions or give me some video ideas. I would love that. I love these types of conversations. I would absolutely love to have more of them with y'all. But it's my passion. Like, I understand. It ain't shit we can't have out here, y'all. And I just want to express that. And I'm getting better and better at witnessing that. I understand it. And I know it's up from here. You understand me? I know it. Without a doubt in my body. I know it in my bones. And I love that shit. Have a good day.